hip-hop DJing has a distinct sound when compared to other styles like house or techno. Besides the obvious scratching and turntablism techniques commonly associated with hip-hop DJs, the Dropmix is a signature technique that DJs should be familiar with. So even if you're not a hip-hop DJ, the Dropmix technique can be useful with many different styles of DJing. So in this video, I'll go over different ways to execute the Dropmix to try for yourself, regardless of what genre you play. So if you're interested in more tips and tricks videos just like this one, make sure you subscribe to this channel. But now let's get into how to perform the Dropmix technique. The Dropmix is a transition technique that abruptly, while remaining on time, goes from one song into another. It's a tool that hip-hop DJs have used for decades to quickly transition between different genres and tempos, or to create an attention-grabbing moment by rapidly transitioning to another song. While in many ways it is not as technical as a long beat mix, the Dropmix is a very effective transition technique. Dropping on the one may be the most common Dropmix technique. It involves transitioning from one song into another at the beginning of the bar, meaning the one of a 1, 2, 3, 4 count. This type of Dropmix is suitable for a wide variety of tracks. It works especially well if the point you are dropping in the song from has no vocals, or the vocals start after the one. To perform this technique, you'll want to set a cue point to the beginning of a phrase, like the beginning of the intro of a song, the beginning of a verse, or the beginning of a chorus. Prepare to play the song by having both channel faders up, the crossfader set to the side opposite of the deck that you're transitioning to, and the deck that you're transitioning to ready to play from the cue point at the beginning of the phrase which we just set. When the deck you are transitioning out of gets to the end of the phrase, like the end of a chorus, at the beginning of the next bar, you'll want to hit play on the deck you're transitioning to and quickly move the crossfader to that side. If timed correctly, the transition, while being very fast, should sound pretty seamless. While dropping on the one works for many songs, it does not work for all songs, especially if the vocals start before the beginning of the bar, which is more common than you may initially think. Dropping in on the one will sound awkward as you're cutting off part of the lyrics to the song. So for songs where the vocals may begin right before the beginning of the bar, like I just described, you may want to try the dropping on the 4 technique. This involves dropping in the song one beat before the beginning of the bar, meaning the 4 of the previous 1, 2, 3, 4 count. Like dropping on the 1, you'll want to set a cue point at the point where you're dropping in the song from. In this case, it would be the previous 4. With most hip-hop and R&B songs, the 2 and 4 are distinct sounding, with snares that make it much easier to find and mix in from. Much like dropping in on the 1, you'll want to hit play from the cue point that we just set and quickly move the crossfader from the playing deck to the deck that you're transitioning into. Now the big difference here is hitting play one beat early instead of right on the 1. I personally prefer drop mixing from the 4 as I use that one beat space between the 4 and the 1 to create a smoother transition. When compared to the speed required to slam the crossfader to the opposite side when dropping from the 1, you can slow down the crossfader movement a bit so both songs can be heard together when dropping in from the 4. This makes the transition a bit less start-stop feeling and also gives you a bit more time to correct any timing issues if you happen to be off by a little. Dropping on the 4 will feel awkward to many beginners as it feels unnatural to begin transitioning between songs from the end of the bar instead of the beginning of the bar. It definitely takes some practice to build the coordination and timing to get this technique down if you're used to beginning all of your transitions from the 1. Drop mixing is a technique that I learned later on in my DJ career, only after I saw how effective it can be with a crowd. While smooth, long beat mixes are appreciated in dance music, many hip-hop and open format crowds enjoy being surprised by a sudden change in tempo or energy. Adding the ability to drop mix to your skill set can open up possibilities by making things like extended intro edits and BPM transition edits no longer necessary, as a good drop mix can sound good without a smooth 8-bar beat mix and can shift tempos drastically just as easy. So if you haven't gotten this technique down already, it's definitely one that you'll want to try. And now we'll hand it off to you. What's your favorite way to transition quickly between songs? Go ahead and leave that down in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you guys have to say. And as always, if you're interested in more tips and tricks videos just like this one, make sure you subscribe to this channel. But now, get good, get out there, and make the moments.